for his speech, excuse me, as the second evaluator today. The evaluation, I'm going to go through the materials here. First of all, I want to say to you that I think, Fritz, you are an incredible speaker. You're very passionate about what you do, and you draw us in. And I always enjoy hearing you speak. In the evaluation, it says, did you entertain the audience? I certainly felt that you did, especially when you talked like Forrest Gump. I love your accent anyway, and so I was like, oh, this is great. He's going to change it up, and you did. It was wonderful. Because I could sit and listen to you all day long, by the way. I'm just like, wow, this is awesome. It sounds so wonderful. The life is a box of chocolates we can all relate to. It made us smile. Run, Forrest, run. We could all relate to that. Your examples of running, you did that a couple of times. Lots of energy and entertaining as you did that. Heard some folks laugh as we went through those sections. Your vivid descriptions, because you used the movie Forrest Gump, and so many of us had seen it, and you asked us to raise our hands, we could identify with that. You started off and engaged us immediately when you talked about, in Africa, the lion and the gazelle. And many of us have heard that quote before, and we've even seen that as one of those Successories posters. So you drew us in with that and continued to go back to that analogy. As you shared, being a boy growing up in Africa and watching the $6 Million Man and having to run to your neighbor's house at 6:30. I can recall that very easily because I had a vivid description in my mind as you were sharing that story. I could see you, I could see your friends, I could see everyone sitting in the living room, and I could see the neighbor closing the door and saying, sorry guys, it's full. It's a wonderful job of sharing that information. One of the things that you said that I thought was just a wonderful description, and I wrote it down because I liked it so much. You said, when I look back in the rearview mirror of my life, I was like, ooh, that's good. Mm-hmm. That's really good. So I wanted to point that one out to you. The conclusion, you talked about having a plan, moving and running, and how important that was. You gave us a challenge and said, what gifts, talents, and skills do you possess that you can awaken? I would have liked to have seen you maybe say 2 or 3 more questions around that to get us thinking, because that was a very good jumping off point for the challenge. Thought that was excellent. And then you tied it back to every morning when a gazelle wakes up has to outrun the lion. A few small things as far as improvements. Again, you're very passionate anytime you get up and speak because you have so much that you want to share with the world, and that draws us in, and that is such a strength. Sometimes when we get very passionate, it also causes our voice to rise, and that's not a bad thing. What it can do, though, is it can cause our voice to stay in a risen state or a higher, and I'm not talking about voice tone, I'm talking about volume. And when it stays in that louder volume, it can almost come across maybe as yelling or preaching just a tiny bit. So I would just moderate that and switch it up some. I wouldn't get rid of it completely because I think it's very effective, but I would do some slowing down, maybe lower the voice a little bit to make a key point. You do an excellent job with pacing and pausing, and I think that's very important. Because of your passion, one of the things that you constantly are challenged with, and I'm the same way, is timing and being able to get what you want to say in that small amount of time. I mean, let's face it, 5 to 7 minutes goes by very quickly. So that is something that I've seen you continue to work on, and I've seen improvement in that area. A couple of filler words that you want to pay attention to. My favorite is so, unfortunately, and I'm trying to get rid of that one. I think your favorite is well. Someone noticed that, so watch the use of that word and maybe try to eliminate it completely. I'm trying to eliminate so, but I catch myself saying it. The other item that you want to watch in your speech is starting a sentence with and. You'll see that when you go back and watch the video. Someone had pointed that out. Again, that's making a conscious pause to not say that word and then start where you need to start. Your strongest assets as I mentioned earlier as a speaker, is your high energy level, your passion, your tone of voice to emphasize key points, and your use of pauses. Congratulations on getting your 10 speeches completed for your Competent Communication Manual. I know you did that last week with Daniel's help. I think you're a gifted speaker, and I'm so glad you're part of the Toastmasters and part of this club. So thank you. Mr. Toastmaster? Okay, goes back to me.